introduction. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are. You are.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. First of all, I want to apologize. I won't be putting on my video, just to make sure that the flow of the conversation is very, very seamless. I wouldn't want some interruptions with, the way the video will be competing with the audio. So I think that's why I won't be putting on my video. I'm very sorry for that. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be an interesting session. Very, very interesting. How much time do I have, John? You have up to an hour?
Yeah, about 45 minutes thereabouts.
Okay, because there's so much put out. Because definitely this session, I want it to be very practical. And yeah, we're going to be building a site with WordPress, everything
Awesome.
right from the
Awesome.
scratch. So I hope we are ready. So now, like John mentioned, if you have questions or if I'm too fast or something, please just drop a message in the chat and let me know. Also, let me just share my screen and we'll take it off from there. Okay. Now it's my screen.
Yes, yes, we can.
All right, so I'll be doing some just very brief slide presentation, before we delve into practical. So we have this intro. In this WordPress tutorial, you will learn everything you need to know about how to get started on building a WordPress website for your business, from setting up your domain all the way to making your website both functional and beautiful. You will learn all this in this without going through all this, but definitely we're going to learn all this. Okay, and I will be sharing this document with us. Requirements: no coding knowledge needed. You only need a PC and a good internet. Okay, that's all. You can see it's so cheap to start out as a web developer. Now, description: do you want to become a professional WordPress web developer and get started as a freelancer? That's the first thing I normally recommend to people. Okay, or get into a full-time web developer job role or start your own business and be your own boss. Then you need to acquire a skill so that you can develop different types of websites from scratch on your own, be it for yourself or for other businesses out there. By the end of this course, you'll be able to design and develop different types of professional looking websites. Yes, different types, because I'm going to be giving us the tricks to achieve this, irrespective of the site. Because the focus today is largely going to be a personal portfolio site. But at the same time, I'll be giving you tips and tricks on how to use your skill set that you're going to be getting today to virtually any site. Okay, whether business, e-commerce, blog, and so on and so forth. Okay, so in 2023, it's never been easier to build a fantastic, responsible website that looks great on computers, tablets, and mobile phones. Yes, that's another very important thing. Compatibility on different screen sizes. Okay, because I could remember some years back, you first of all do a design for a PC. Okay, after that, you have to adapt your design for a tablet. Then after that, you move to the mobile phones, okay, the small screen devices. But now you can do a design that will fit into all those platforms, okay? And also you'll learn what WordPress without having to buy web hosting or domain name, of course. For some of us that might not be financially strong enough to start out with a premium account, we will be discussing how we can have a free domain and a free host. Also, I'll show you how to set it up all on your own using free tools. You're going to be learning a lot of free things today. A lot of free things that, like I said, you only need to have a PC and a good internet connection. With that, you'll be able to do a full-fledged, nice, lovely, beautiful website. Who this course is for? If anyone wants to learn WordPress web development, beginners want to start in web development with no prior coding skill. freelancers that own their skills and level of the expertise in WordPress web development. Any professional wants to change their career by going into web development. Digital marketers who want to learn web development and charge premium price their clients. Now, get started. This particular part, this is this is the last slide for this presentation before we move to the practical session. Okay, so these are all the things we'll be touching, okay, in this webinar. What is content management system, CMS, right? It's a software that I use to build websites and create content to be published on the internet. So why WordPress? We're going to look at statistics. Why are we picking WordPress? Okay, because there is quite a lot of content management system out there. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the content management system market share for 2023. Okay, maybe that will do justice to our choice of WordPress. Okay, and also we'll be looking at the free domain name and the host that I mentioned. So some of the ones I'll be recommending here, I have two, Pantheon.io and profreehost.com. These are platforms that will give you free domain name, okay, and free host. So we're going to be looking at this. And also because there's no way you can have a website that you won't be forced to do some graphic thing, okay? And some of us might not really have a very strong background when it comes to graphic design. So what is the way out? I've seen a lot of people have to drop out of a web design session because of their very poor skill set with regards to graphics and all that. So today you're going to be learning quite a lot of tricks on how to make it. Some very good graphics that fit in perfectly into your project. And also for logo design, very logo is one of the most important feature for a website. So we're also going to be looking at what are the platforms that we can use quickly. So very, you know, lovely logo. Then also we move to web builder, website builders. We have quite a lot of them. So for this session, we're going to look at Elementor. Elementor is the leading website builder platform for professionals on WordPress. So with all this, let's start. Let's build a portfolio website. Okay, so please, if you have any question, please kindly drop it for me on the chat. Okay, so now let's move. So I'll be taking you guys through a lot of
Mr. Murray, I think we lost you there. Um, I think we lost Mr. Murray there. Mr. Murray, are you there? Uh, I think we, uh, I think we lost Mr. Murray. I'll just give him like a minute to join back in, and we will proceed from there. You can keep dropping your questions in the chat box, and we.
hello.
Oh yes, we have him back now, Mr. Murray. Yeah, we lost you for a minute there.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right,
Okay, okay.
so
All right, thank you.
I need to share the screen.
Sorry?
I need to share the screen. Just give me a privilege to share the screen. Yeah.
All right. I think there's a question in the chat box. Somebody said, Chessie from Chessie. She says, can you look at an already built website and know if it's WordPress or coded?
Yes, that's very possible.
Okay. Okay. All right. Please proceed.
Okay. Please, I need the co-host privilege to be able to share the screen.
Okay. So just give me a minute there.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So can we see my screen now?
Yes, yes, we can.
Okay. So I'm sorry for that break. Okay. So now, like I said, I think I have this before. Okay. So the first thing we're going to look at is the market share, the CMS market share for 2023. Okay. So CMS market share for 2023. This one is actually giving us justification why we're picking WordPress. Okay, so if you do this, just go online and do this, so that WordPress is actually taking between 60 to 70%, okay, of the market share when it comes to content management system.
Mr. Murray, I think your voice is a bit muffled. I don't know if your audio.
Okay, it's better now.
Yeah, it's a bit better now.
Is it better now?
Yeah, 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 much better, much better.
All right,
Thank
okay. So, like I said, if you look at what I have on the screen right now, you could see that the percentages that WordPress is taking with regards to content management system is very, very large. It's always anything above 60%. Okay, in a situation whereby you have a very large numbers of content management system, and a particular platform is taking more than 60%. Look at this. Can you see this? This is what? This is 64.9%. You can see my screen, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, we can.
All right. So, and that is what it has been. And this has been consistent for a very long time. You know, maybe as far back as like 10 years ago, 10, 15. I mean, it's been very consistent. And that has to do with the flexibility of the WordPress. You can see WordPress is having 64.9% here. Okay, the next to WordPress is Shopify, okay, which is 5.6%. Joomla is 3.2, Scrap is Wix and others. Okay, so that is the first thing that we need to look at. The next one we want to look at is the domain, the free domain, and the host that I mentioned. Okay, now these are the two platforms like that I said I will be recommending. Pantheon.io, please let us know that this. Ordinarily, I will have just take us through this, but the time we have won't be enough for us to set it up. But of course, it's a very straightforward thing. You won't have problems with it. Just come from using your stats for free, and you'll be taken through the steps to be able to create this, right? And the other option that we have is ProFreeHost, profreehost.com. Okay, this is another option that we have, which is also gives us a free domain and a free host. Okay, but there are some shortfalls that we have here. What you will be given on these platforms, the only thing that you will be given that might not be exactly what you want is a customized domain name, right? A customized domain name. You won't be getting a customized domain name. So most the domain names will have to be, based on their own domain. For example, if you're using Muritala now as a domain name, so I'll be having muritala.profreehost.com. Okay, so that is the only thing that they are taking away from us. So in a situation whereby, just as we are starting out, it's always very good to start out on these platforms because it's free, so you'll be able to do so many things on it without minding the cost and all that, because you're not, paying anything for it. Okay, so then after that, like I said, we have Pantheon.io, we have profreehost.com, and there are some other free ones also. Then the next one I want to speak to is the free graphic tools. Free graphic tools, okay? The free graphic tool that we have, the first one that I love so much is the Canva, okay, canva.com, right? So canva.com is an awesome platform. Okay, you can use it for so many things, to do your logo, to do your banners, to do so many designs, and these are, you'll be able to do some very solid designs here. Another option that we have is we have the free pick. Freepik.com is also a free platform for vectors, okay, for different assets, okay. So we'll be doing so many things on these platforms. So we have so many of them. We have pixels.com, okay. Here you also have some very lovely and beautiful pictures. So then after that, the next thing we want to, so please, you might just take note of some of these things and just note them down. We'll be, I mean, coming back to some of these platforms that I mentioned. Okay, now the next thing you want to look at is your free logo design tools. For free logo design tools, Canva is also a very, very solid platform that we can use for our free logo. Okay, Canva is also a very solid platform. You can do your logo on Canva. For example, if you come here and just type logo, okay, you'll be able to see so many logo concepts, and I'll just take us through ideas on how to edit some of these logos and make them very lovely. So aside from Canva, we have some other platforms like the Looker. We have the logomaker.com. We have the Looker. We have the logo. Um, just logo.com. Okay. We have logomaker.com. These are free platforms, okay, that you can do some very lovely, like I said, because from my experience, realized that a lot of people, the fact that they are not very good at graphics and all that, they are easily, put off when it comes to web development, because the graphics are quite essential aspects of website design. Okay, so these are platforms that will be looking to give us some very lovely logo, because like I said, by the time we start with our whatever now, we need all this stuff. Then the next one will have to be to the Elementor. Okay, so now, having said all this, the next thing we want to look at is that, okay, if you want to do a website, the first thing you need to do is to speak to web service platforms, okay, that will provide the domain and your logo, I mean, your hosting platform for you. And we have quite a lot of them, okay? So if you go online and see websites, hosting platform, hosting platforms, I deliberately want to be taking us through all the steps so that by the time you want to do your stuff, you know the start strings to work with to give you the right results. Okay. So we have website hosting platforms. Okay, there are quite a lot of them. Right? There are quite a lot of them. So of course, we have the Namecheap, we have the Bluehost, we have the Bluehost. So they are, there, and they are all giving us different services. Okay, so, and of course, majority of them, because of the market share that WordPress is taking, they have also a dedicated platform to host your WordPress. So it's not only WordPress CMS that we use. Of course, like I mentioned, there are quite a lot of other platforms that we can use to build websites. But because of the prominence of WordPress, that's why a lot of them also have special package for websites. WordPress websites. Okay, so now, the first thing you need to do when you are on a web hosting platform is, try to get a domain name. A domain name, what's a domain name? Domain name is just, like I mentioned, is a name that we use to refer to your site. Most of the time, the domain name comes in form of IP addresses. But if you are using the IP addresses to identify an organization or to qualify an organization on the platform, it's going to be very difficult for people to keep up with numbers. That's why most of these domain, I mean, IP addresses are mapped to user-friendly names, okay? User-friendly names. For example, bnetlearning.com. bnetlearning.com is going to be very easy for anybody to remember compared to when you have to be using a particular IP address, maybe 192.1 or whatever, you know. So most of the time, a domain name will have to be a user-friendly name. So if you have an organization, you have a platform that you want to build a website for, the first thing you have to think of, what is going to be the domain name for this particular website? Okay. Now, when you identify a domain name, there's what we call domain name search, because you have to do a name search to be able to know whether that name is available or it will have been used by somebody else. So how do you do that? Most of the time when you're on a platform like this, a web hosting platform. Hello guys, are you with me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. So for example, we're on this platform now, okay? So when you get to a web hosting platform, you always see this domain name search is a feature that all web hosting platforms will have. So you come here, so you click on this link, it takes you to a link, okay, that will allow you to search for a domain name, a name that you have actually think of, okay? So for example, if I have something like I need to design a personal portfolio site for myself, okay, and I want the domain name for my portfolio to be Muritala. So I will have to come here. I type muritala.com. Okay. Now, of course, we all know some of these extensions represent, for example, .com is a company, .dev is a development, whatever. Okay, we have .org, we have .io, depending on the nature of the type of business will determine the extension you're going to have. Okay, so I come here, I do muritala.com and I click search. This is a free service, okay, and all web hosting platforms, they have this service for free. They allow you to search for it and they're going to give you a cost, what's going to cost you to own that domain. You know, for example, look at this. This one is saying it's not available. This was registered back in 2020, so this name is not available. This is available if you want to buy it, muritala.org, .net, .ai, and all that. And these are figures, okay, that comes with this. So like I said, if you have a business or you have a client that needs a website, you need to ask, okay, what is the organization name? From the organization name, you'll be able to coin out a name, okay? Microsoft.com, Oracle.com, okay, bnetland.com, HP, and so on and so forth, okay? So that's the first thing. Then the other thing you need to speak to after getting the domain name, speak to the hosting. Like I said, the name is what we use to refer to the site, while the hosting is a space, a repository where your content will be, your file, your image file, your audio file, your content, everything, where it's going to be, that's what we refer to as the hosting, okay? So if I come to shared hosting, like I said, all web hosting platforms, they have different hosting packages and they give you a cost of what's going to they are giving it out for. Okay, this is stellar package. This one goes for $1.98 per month. Okay, and that means here this is you'll be paying almost $23 per annum, and to renew it at almost $45 per annum. So with this one, you're going to get a domain name. Okay, you're going to get a free 3 different websites, 20 gig space of solid state SSD, okay, and 30 domain-based mailboxes. So they have different packages. So once you, depending on your budget, you'll be able to buy anyone that you want. So once you have a domain name and a host, it's because of time, so I need to take some of these things quickly. So once you have that, then automatically you will be given access to what we refer to as cPanel, okay? cPanel. So now, for example, I'm working on bnetlearning.com website. Okay, so this is the control panel. Okay, because we've been able to acquire this domain name and this space, so you'll be given access to a control panel. Okay, so of course, this will be available once you make your payment, it will be available. Now, once it's available, the next thing you want to do is to install your WordPress. The WordPress is part of the applications that comes with your control panel. Okay, as in all these ones are content management systems, like I mentioned. You have the WordPress, Joomla. If you want to do your WordPress or website on Joomla, you want to do it on Abacat, these are all what content management system that you can use for your website. OpenCart is also, but this one is an e-commerce website platform. Okay, so we want to do WordPress. So when you come here, you just click on WordPress. So I need to log in again. Time. So because we have acquired this account, so you're going to be given a username and a password. So you log in. Once you log in, it's going to take you to the back end. Hello, I hope I'm audible. Am I communicating?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
All right, thank you very much. So now I log in. So this is going to take me to the control panel. So I'm going inside the control panel now. I'm sorry, my network is whatever. Okay. So it's because I chose WordPress. That's why it's taking me, it's actually took me from where we are before, the control panel. You can see my cursor. So it's going to take me to a WordPress environment. I want to set up a WordPress website. Okay. So when you come here, these are a list of some sites that we have on this account. So you just click on install now. Okay. You click on install now. Now, when you click on install now, this is the primary domain. What I want to do is I just want to create a subdomain on an existing for this particular webinar. I just want to create a subdomain. Of course, subdomain is just a site within a site that is using resources of another site. Okay, so it will always have the name of that subdomain. So, for example, let's say this one, I want to give it what Ella. Okay, so I want to create a subdomain for Ella, right, on bnetlearning.com. So I put this here. So it's going to, what name am I giving to the site? You say Ella from bnet learning. Okay, so let's call this the site description. I am giving it Ella blog. Okay, the site name, that's the name of the site, right? So it's asking for an admin username, the username that will be used to access the admin end, because we're going to have the front end and at the admin end. I'm going to show you what the admin end will look like now. So here I put a username for my admin to be admin. Then for password, I want to put a password. So I put a password there. Okay, so I have this. Now, selected plugins. What are plugins? Plugins are just applications that we use to extend, enhance the functionality of WordPress websites. Okay, these are applications developed outside of WordPress that we use to enhance the functionality of our website. So we can have an application that will manage our backups, an application that can manage the page speed and so on and so forth. So all these ones I don't need. The only one I just want to check here is Classic Editor. I'll speak much to this later. Okay, so I pick this one, I leave the rest. Of course, all these things you can also edit them by the time you end. So email installation details too. Yeah, you can just say, okay, let me say you should email all the details to me. Okay, so that I have this, right? So I click install. My installation has started, is installing now. Okay, you can see the installation is ongoing, right? So it's going to take a few minutes to install. So successfully, it's saying congratulations, the software was installed successfully. Very good. Okay. Now here you have a URL. I told you that for this particular session, we're just using a subdomain, okay, not the main domain, because the main domain already have a website on it. So this is the subdomain that we are using, Ella, on bnetlearning.com. Okay, so now let's see what this looks like. Let's go to this URL. You right click on it and open it on a new tab. So, okay, so this is what is looking like. You can see this is somehow empty, vague, what is all this? We're going to get to it in a minute. Okay, so this is the front end. Now, here we have the other one that says administrative URL. Okay,
Mr. Murray?
let's go. Yes.
Yeah, someone is asking a question. Chassis says, can you later remove the selected plugins?
Exactly, yeah, you can. We're going to see how
Okay.
to do that. You can add more plugins, you can remove plugins.
Okay, thank you. Let's
Oh,
proceed.
thank you, Dan. Okay, so let's see what the admin ends look like. So you right click and open this. So this is what the front end is, what the website is looking at for now. Okay, being a subdomain, you can see the name is just in front of us because the subdomain. So this one takes us to the back end, okay, which is the admin end. Now look, this is what the admin end looks like. So everything that we'll be doing will be done for here, okay, and you'll be seeing the output here. This is the admin end. So most of the time, it is the web developer that will have access to this. Okay, your users are not going to have access to this. You'll be the one doing the job here, and they'll be checking it. In fact, if you even editing a live website, they are not going to know that anything is happening behind the scene. Okay, for example, let me go to this. Let me go to the BNet Learning website. So the BNet Learning website, this is the backend. This is BNet Learning website. If this one also has its own backend, if I go to the backend, this is the site. Okay. So sorry, my network is a bit whatever. Okay, so I can go to the backend from here. I just put my cursor here, I click dashboard. So if I click dashboard, you see what the backend look like. Okay, so this is the BNet Learning site backend. Okay, so many things has happened here, and whatever that is being done here is what you'll be seeing from the front end. So, but this is the fresh one that we are having right now. Okay, so this is the front end. Now, when you are here, the first thing we need to do is let us get ourselves familiar with some of the things that we have here. This one speaks to posts. Posts are the content, just like the normal posts that we have on social media, all these microblogging sites. Okay, posts are dynamic content that keeps changing. Those are what we refer to as posts. The media speaks to all your media files, okay, your video, your audio, your PDF files, your various documents. This is where those files are kept for. Now we don't have any item here. If I click on this, you can see these are the items that are, this is where we manage all these the items, the audio, video, document, spreadsheet, and all that. Okay. Then pages. Now the question here will be, what's the difference between a page and a post? A page has static content, pages, right? Page as pages that will have static content that don't get to change every now and then. We refer, so if you're talking about us, for example, about us of an organization will have to be a page, because you won't be changing the the information about the company every day. Okay, the contact page of a website will always be a page. But when it comes to posts are content that will keep changing. That's why when we speak to our microblogging platforms, we always say post, post, post. We don't say page, because these are content that changes every now and then. Most of the time, blogs are always using post platforms. Okay, blogs, your news media and platforms, because news keeps coming every minute, every second. So when you want to create content for those people, you will create those content as posts. You don't create those content as pages. So, but if it's something that will have to be there maybe for the next 6 months or for the next 1 year, those ones will come as a page. So we're going to be seeing some of those things. Then comments, of course, if you want to get comments from users of your platforms, this is where you manage those comments. Then the next one speaks to appearance. Yeah, this is where we'll be doing, we'll take some time here to quickly do some things here. Now, appearance speaks to what you see on the front end. This is where you manage what you see here. For example, this particular theme is just collection of structures, framework, and all that being put together to, for a particular design. So this particular one is what we have. This is the default theme, okay, or rather in a more friendly whatever template. This is the default template that comes with WordPress. Okay, so when you install your WordPress, automatically this is what you're going to see as the front end, and this is it here. Okay, now if I want to change this to another theme, for example, let's say I like this particular one, just bring your cursor here and click activate. When you click activate, automatically this particular theme will be activated for the site. Okay. Hello guys, are you with me?
Yeah,
Hello.
where are you? Where were you? Where were you?
All right. All right.
So
So
there's a question here.
okay.
Chassis says under the appearance tab, can you import a theme which is in there from elsewhere out of WordPress?
Sorry, come again, please.
Under the
Under the
appearance tab,
appearance.
yeah, can you
Okay.
import a theme which isn't there from elsewhere out of WordPress?
We are definitely, that's where we're going. That's where we're going. So just from
Okay.
this minutes now, we'll be there. We are going to do that. Definitely, we're going to import. We're not
All
using
right.
this, okay? So these are just sample. Now I've activated this particular theme. You come here and I refresh this page, you're going to see that the theme will have changed to this theme that I've just activated, right? So if you go on, just click on activate anyone, automatically your theme will change to that. That's number one. Number two, I want you to notice, take note of something. You can see this particular one, the default one is having 2023. This one is having 2022. This one is having 2021. Okay, if I go to add new, you're going to see WordPress actually have a particular tradition that for each year they have a dedicated theme. So this is their dedicated theme for 2023. This is the one for 2022. Okay, this is 2021, this is 2020, this is 2017. Okay, this is 2019, this is 2016. For example, let's say I like this 2016 theme. How do we do it? You just click install. Okay, you click install, and after that, you click activate. Automatically, the theme will change to this. Okay, so while that is installing, okay, now is installed now, but of course it's not yet activated. So if I click activate, it will is activated. Okay, I go to the page, the front end, I refresh. You have that, you can see the theme. This is 2016 theme. Okay, so that's it. Now, but based on the question that Cassie actually asked, now let's go to that particular one. For example, for this particular project, like I said, I'll be recommending a theme that is one of the most versatile theme WordPress has actually come up with. It's very lovely and it's very flexible. So, and that theme is this theme. It's called Astra. So we're going to be deploying this particular theme for our project, for this particular project. Okay, with this one, you can easily build a website within some few, don't let me say minutes, let's say maximum of an hour or two, you can do something. So let's see how we do this. So I come here, I click install. Please take note, if you need to write it down, please write it down. Astra, there are so many Astra versions, okay? But this one is just Astra, okay? So you click on Astra and you install. So installing Astra now. Okay, so good. Now, what do? You click activate. So now Astra is activated. So now the next thing we want to do, ordinarily, if you come here, let's refresh, you see the default Astra thing, what it looks like, the front end, this is what it looks like. Now, then after that, we need to customize. We need to start bringing life into the site. So how do we do this? You can see automatically, the moment you install Astra, you have the Astra link here. Okay, so let's click on the Astra link. It takes us to the dashboard of the Astra. Okay, so now what we want to go and do here is that there's what we call starter templates. Starter templates, they are lovely templates, they are lovely designs that we normally start a project with. Okay, so I'm going to show us some of the starter templates. So when you come on the Astra page, you go to starter templates. Click on starter template, you see a lot of templates that you will have access to work with. Okay, so here you click on install and activate. So we are installing starter templates. Okay, here is saying get access to over 280 plus pre-made full website templates for your favorite project. So we have installed, takes us to this page. When you come here, maybe by the time you are checking out from your end, you can just take time to look at the video. But for the session, we're not looking at the video. Just click on build your website now. Now, please, you have to be careful here. We have what we call page builders. Okay, these are platforms that we use to arrange designs and everything. So there are several of them. There are so many, but like I mentioned, we are going to be using Elementor because it's one of the best in the industry. Okay, and very flexible. So we click Elementor. Please take note of that. If you don't click Elementor, if you pick any other one, it'll be giving you some other templates. Now, these are what I was speaking to. These are different lovely templates, pre-made designs that you can deploy for your project. Okay. Yes, I can say it anywhere. I do websites in minutes. I can do a full website under an hour. Okay. I can do a full website under an hour. And that's why I'm taking you through the practical step to let you know that it's very possible. Okay, so these are different lovely designs that you can work on. Okay, you have some that are premium that you have to pay to use them, and we have some that are free. Okay, so we're going to pick one to use for this particular webinar. Now, like I said, our focus is for a portfolio site. So we have different categories. Okay, so we come to personal sites. Let's see portfolio and CV templates. Okay, portfolio and CV templates. So let's say I like this. I like this. Okay, I like this one. It's free. It's not whatever. So I click on this. So when you click on it, it will load that particular theme for you. Exactly what you see, exactly what the design looks like and everything is what will be loaded for. So it's loading that for us. While that is being loaded, it will request for your logo. So this would naturally take us back to some of the things I've mentioned before with regards to how to design logos and everything. Okay, so this, look at this, it's still loading. So, but automatically it's giving us this template with all the content. Of course, the contents are just not our content, but you can edit the content to suit. You can change so many things here. Okay, so and we're going to be doing just that. So this is what we have here. As it were, now I can turn this thing to something that you will never know that it's, of course, it's not mine. Okay, this template comes, handy. That's why WordPress is the most celebrated content mining platform that we have. To market very fast. Okay, it empowers you very quickly. If you're very serious with this, and I'm telling you, within the next few weeks, or at most a month, if you're very serious, you will be there making some very good money for yourself. That I can guarantee you. Okay, but we just need to make sure we get the right skill set, because fine, setting it up is very simple, but there are some that are, because by the time you want to edit this, change this, bring it in and all that, might be a little bit complex, but I'm very sure it's very interesting. What I've been doing so far, you can see, you also can, I mean, testify to the fact that it is very simple and interesting. Okay, so now here, this one is saying we should load our logo. Assuming we had a logo that we have designed somewhere, we can easily come here and load the logo, but we can do that later. So I can just click skip and continue, right? I can just click on this. So I click skip and continue. Now this one is saying what are the default colors that you want. Okay, if my brand is blue, okay, I can just come and click on this color thing. Okay, you can see when you click on it, the features, the artifacts here just change the color. If you pick this, the color changes. If you pick this, the color changes. So I'm sticking with blue, right? So then apart from that, also you can decide to also change your font style. Okay, these are different font combination. Okay, so this, I can pick this and all the fonts, whatever change, I can pick this, I can pick this. You can see this is interesting and very lovely to do. So I'm changing this. I like this font combination. Okay, so I click continue. Now here it's saying, okay, just one last step. What's your name? I say my name is Richard. Your work mail. Okay, put that there. Okay. Okay, I am a beginner. I am building a website for myself. Okay, and if you have a client that you're building, you can just click that. You might want to agree to be receiving their newsletters, but I don't do that because it can be very annoying at times. So you leave this out. Then advanced option. Please, all these things are supposed to be checked. Okay, for beginner. Okay, though for advanced level, you don't need all this, but for beginner, we need all this to be checked, right? So you click on
Mr. Mary, we have about 1 minute left.
Okay, so we're almost through. So we are building your website. So we're almost through. We're almost through. So the website will be automatically set up, and you have a full-blown website. So the next step will just be customizing the site. So, but I think you can,
Uh,
see that this is very possible and it's very simple and can be very interesting. Thank you very much.
okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Muri. That was awesome. That was amazing. That was really, really, really enlightening. Yeah. So just quickly before I make a few announcements, we continue. Chelsea asks a question. She said, "Can you alter the look of a starter template to meet your specific needs?"
Yes, exactly. It's because of time. I can change this to something that is far, that you will not even know that this is the actual template
Um,
I deployed. Yeah.
okay. All right, awesome. Thank you all for attending this webinar. It has been awesome. I just want to say that this is just like an introductory session to the main class. That is, we have a main training where all of this is going to be explained for to you in details. So it is going to be a very practical and hands-on session where everybody is going to be well attended, all your questions, and it's going to be practical, basically hands-on. So as he's doing it, you are also doing it on your end. So it's not just explaining, it's going to be practical. So yeah, this class, we have an upcoming WordPress website development class coming on the 20th of May. That is next yeah, that's next month, yeah, on the 20th of May. And you can register, you can quickly register to for the training. I'll drop a link here in the chat box. So in case you have any other questions, so yeah, there's a form in the chat box. In case you have any other questions, you need more clarifications, you want to understand the nature of this boot camp, you want to understand what is required, and things like how do you register for it. Simply fill in the form in the chat box. And I can assure you that we would definitely reach out to you and answer all your questions. So yeah, this is just an introductory session, an introductory class to the main session. The main session is upcoming. It's happening on the 20th of May. Um, I just want to employ you to do well to attend that class, because it has helped a lot of us. Or our journey into tech, it has been incredible. You want to do um, some of the amazing. You want to know some of the amazing things that you can do with WordPress in terms of website development without having to write a single line of code. I'm telling you, you should not miss this bootcamp. It will it will definitely be worth it for you, to worth every penny for you. And I can guarantee that Mr. Murray will do a good job in explaining and breaking all of this down for you to fully understand and do amazing things with WordPress. Become a WordPress wizard. Yeah, so essentially, I just want to thank everyone for attending. I want to thank Mr. Murray. Did an amazing job. We found your presentation informative and helpful. Um, yeah, so you can fill in the form in the chat box, and be rest assured that we will get back to you. I'm just going to paste the link to our social media channels, social media pages, where you can reach us. And in case you have any, to know more about our brand, or to know more about upcoming, just to stay in the loop, generally, to stay updated um, with any of our offerings and latest offerings and events. So we want to thank Mr. Murray for sharing your insight and expertise with us in today's session. It was a pleasure having you as our speaker. We want to
Thank
thank
you. Thank
yeah,
you very
I
much,
want
man.
yeah, I want to also thank you all for attending today's session. Your participation. I can say that it was really, really engaging, and you guys were asking questions, which shows that you all have a keen interest in this subject, and we are happy that this webinar was a success. Once again, if you have any further questions or need more information about our services, please visit our website or contact us through the form I just put in the chat box. Please, everybody, please, we just need feedback concerning this webinar. So we would really, really appreciate if you fill that form, and yeah, to be helpful. So thank you all for joining, and we hope to see you in our future events. My name is John Ogota, and it's goodbye from me from here.
Okay, guys, bye.